Hey babe, welcome back to Absolutely Abston. Today I've got some news to break to you because I don't know if you know this, but your business is your career. Your job is your side hustle. Yeah, we're going to break it all down. I tweeted about this a little while ago and it got crazy engagement on my page, so I had to bring it over to YouTube and break it all down for you. But first, my name is Asia Abston. I am CEO of the Lux Life Academy. That is my digital school where I have taught 3,000 entrepreneurs how to launch passive income streams. So this is my whole zhuzh, this is my whole spiel. Everything about leaving your 9 to 5 and becoming a side hustler and then turning that side hustle into a big, giant business. Okay, now let's get into it. Okay, so across all of my platforms, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, my podcast, YouTube, speaking engagements, everything, I've probably talked to 300,000 to 400,000 people. And the number one problem that I see across all of those groups of people when it comes to launching a business or a side hustle is that they have this failure or this inability to prioritize, to like aggressively prioritize the thing that they really want out of life. It's not lack of intellect. It's not lack of resources. It's not lacking an idea. It's that they will not ruthlessly prioritize their launching of the business or the side hustle the same way that they prioritize their day job. And we need a day job. That's the way society is set up. 99% of people on this planet are going to need to work in some capacity to take care of themselves. So I get that. I'm not saying don't have a day job. What I am saying though is if having passive income or income of your own or launching a business is the thing that you want the most, we're going to have to do some reframing and some repositioning with the way that you think about both of those two things. And you may love your job, and your job might be your dream job. And I get that, and I support that. I think that's amazing. There's nothing better than, doing what you want for a living and getting paid to do what you love for a living. But the way these economic times are set up, the way this recession and pandemic and everything else have been set up, there is so much proof to show you that things could go south at any time. Your job could go away at any time. So we have to be prepared with that second stream of income. And this change of mindset and this change of priority will help you get in a better situation if for whatever reason things do fall apart again. And for us specifically as women and women of color, we know that we can be the last hired and often the first fired. So it is entirely too dangerous to be reliant on one job and being an employee in one place. It's just too risky. The pandemic has shown us that. So we've got to have multiple streams of income. That's why this is so important. So when I talk about and I really emphasize the importance of having a side hustle, the importance of having a second stream of income, these are the people I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to all of us collectively because we have to set life up for ourselves because the government is not going to do it for us, babes. It is in our hands. And the first step is to stop prioritizing a job that does not love you over your business that will love you back no matter what. And I want to be clear, like I'm not telling anybody to leave their job. Keep your job. Your job is your biggest investor. Your 9 to 5 should be funding your 5 to 9. If you are a side hustler, if you are an ambitious person that wants multiple streams of income, the very best place to get it from is the job that you already have. So keep it. And even that, like with working on your business, having a day job gives you a level of comfort, right? Because you don't have to truly stress about where the rent is coming from or where the next meal is coming from. So you have the patience and you have the kind of space and wiggle room to work on your business versus if you're totally unemployed and you're in survival mode and you got to eat. So you might be launching something that is not ready to launch, or you may be taking shortcuts and avenues in your business lane that are ultimately not right. So it's really a blessing to be in a position to have a full-time income as well as be working on your side hustle. So keep that to your advantage. It's a good thing. So it's time to reprioritize. Most of us will treat our small business like a side hustle and our day job like the love of our lives and the most important thing. And that's why we're getting the results that we're getting. Because when it comes to your job, if your schedule's Monday to Friday, you work Monday to Friday. If you're supposed to clock out at 5 p.m., you clock out at 5 p.m. Most of us don't call in sick. We don't show up late. We don't take an extra day on vacation. None of that, right? Because the job is a priority and we treat it as such. We treat it like it's essential, like it is necessary to our lives. And that's why you get the steady paycheck that you get every 2 weeks. But our side hustles, we fit that in when we got time, right? An hour here, an hour there, sometimes no hour there in the entire week. We're tired, we're exhausted, we got to walk the dog, we got 500 other things to do. And then you look up and 6 weeks have gone by and you've done nothing to further your side hustle. And that is the number one thing that you have to stop. No matter what, you have to make your side hustle something that you will not allow excuses for. It doesn't matter how tired you are. It doesn't matter what your kid did that day. It doesn't matter, what the weather is. You are focused on it because it's so prioritized highly in your life the way people traditionally prioritize their regular jobs. It's really ultimately about commitment. People say that they don't have enough time, but you scroll through TikTok for hours out of the day, or word for word every Lil Baby song that just came out, or every show on Netflix, what happened on White Lotus, like everything that's going on House of Dragons. Okay, friend, you have enough time. Time is not an excuse for 98% of people, because look at your Netflix account, look at your TikTok account. And it doesn't mean that you can't have fun and you can't have enjoyment in your life, because of course you can and you should. But do not BS yourself and say that you don't have time for the business when your queue on Netflix is to capacity and all the business that's going on in the shade room. You've got the time. The time is in them scrolls up and down reels. So going forward, I want you to make a commitment to your side hustle. Make it your career. Make it your business. Make it your baby. Make it your job. Make it your priority to put 1 hour a day, 7 days a week into your business, and do it for 30 days. Just do it for a month and see how much further you are. See the muscle memory that will develop, where every single time you do it, you get further and further and you crave it more and more. And the progress that you're going to make can be life-changing. And if you want to learn how to get into dropshipping yourself, I have an amazing free training. I will link it for you down in the description box. I personally took my side hustle seriously, and it grew into a multi-six-figure dropshipping business. So I know what I'm talking about, and I know how that mindset shift can be life-changing and account balance changing and career changing and all the things changing. And I want that for you. I also want you to remember that your job is not an inheritable item. You can't pass your job down to your kid if something happens to you. So no matter how much you love your job, consider putting some of that energy into a business that you can pass down to your family member when you're no longer with us. Like, that's what legacy is, right? You're setting up the next generation to have better and more than you ever had. And that will never happen with your job. They're never going to hire your daughter just because you were good at the thing, right? But you can hire your own daughter just because you say so when you launch the business. And lastly, you got to remember that these jobs do not love you. They don't love us. We are a line item on a spreadsheet. So it's just not that deep. If God forbid something happens to you at breakfast, your job will be up on Indeed by lunch. You will be replaced. They will be sending your family a fruit basket, and that will be the end of it. So do not give anybody's job, all of your time, energy, money, effort, and attention, and walk away having nothing for yourself. And that is why it is so important to always treat your job like your side hustle, and your side hustle like your real and true career. Now, I hope that helped you shift some perspectives, but I want your feedback, of course. What do you think? Will you be pivoting your roles in your mind of how you really feel about your small business versus how you feel about your career? What are you going to keep? What are you going to get rid of? This is a two-way conversation, and I really want to know what you're going to do in your real life, and how are you going to start to implement what you just learned today. Drop a comment down below. Let's have this discussion. And of course, I'm going to be talking more about this over on Instagram. So follow me there. And then until next week, I appreciate you guys for always liking and subscribing. And I will see you later. Peace.